I live with my mom. It's like, Mom, I have a show, I can't hang out. Can I borrow your car? Yeah, it's the blue Subaru. I borrowed her Subaru. I am feeling a little gay. I do have a question for the ladies here. Ladies, do you ever find yourself driving down the highway and you just think to yourself, man, I could just change everything, you know? And then you get home and you get your period. Thank God, dude. I thought I was homicidal. Like, I almost took out a school bus on 94. Because it can be a lot. Like, the last guy I dated, he was like, oh, why do you always have to tell me when you're on your period? I was like, so you don't make any sudden movements. All right, I don't want to go to jail. Because it is a lot, like every month. It's like this primal force is taking over your mind, body, and soul. And I was like, there's no way a man could ever understand what that feels like, to have a primal force take over your mind, body, and soul. But then the playoffs started. And all these men were like, oh, I'm hungry and easily upset. Yeah, wow, you all synced up. Allies. I feel hacked being a female comic and talking about periods. I don't even like to say the word period, but I don't know what else to say. I hate the euphemisms out there. Like, I'm on the rag, gross. My Aunt Flo is visiting, who the fuck is that? That's why I like to say something really cute and flirty. I like to say that my album is about to drop. It's called The Red Album. It's about a period in my life. Hey ladies, you know when you wear white and you're like, oh shit, a bonus track. Oh no. I didn't know there was a remix. No, I think periods are cool. I love like how horny I get right before them, you know? You're just like a rabid dog in heat. It's awesome. The problem is I was like that a few weeks ago when I went to the doctor and like I had a hot doctor. It's so bad when you have a hot doctor, right? Because they're like, oh, it says you're here for a pus-filled rash. And you're like, no, I was here for having a fat ass, actually. I feel like you look at my fat ass. But he was really hot, and he was like an ENT, ear, nose, and throat, and he was like, oh, it says you're having trouble swallowing, and I was like, not for you. I'll throw that back. But then he did diagnose me with TMJ, and he said, no more blowjobs. And I said, can I get a note? Sorry, boys, medically I cannot. No, I used to be really good at giving blowjobs because I have fear of abandonment. Any other happy couples? She's looking at you, she's laughing. I'll make you be my boyfriend, you know, lock it down. But then I went to therapy, now I have self-respect, which makes dating really hard as a woman. It's really hard. Which is frustrating because I'm not picky. Like, I identify as like bisexual, pansexual. I'm attracted to anyone who thinks I'm talented. That's it. I do feel like it's easy to be attracted to men and women because women are like these kind, beautiful, thoughtful, good-smelling, like works of art. Like you are. Looking beautiful tonight, ma'am. And men have great personalities. Yeah, I love your long, hard personalities. Oh, you got your character all over me, you know? No, I don't tend to date women as much because, like, I respect you. You deserve someone who makes money. Also, if I date a woman, I'm gonna have to, like, look inward and work on myself emotionally. I don't want to do that. Whereas I can date a man and just be the better person. It's easier. I will say, guys, though, you are hard on yourselves emotionally. Like, you're too hard on yourselves emotionally. Because the last guy I dated, he was, like, one of those tough Wisconsin guys. He's like, I haven't cried in 10 years. Fucking 1 month in, I had that bitch bawling. So it turns out, ladies, you want to make a tough guy cry? Just tell him you're proud of him. Tell him his dad was wrong, he's not a pussy. They need to hear it, you do. You guys aren't, you're so hard on yourselves emotionally. Like, I think that's why you take so long in the bathroom when you poop. It's like the only time you ever sit with your feelings. You know what I'm saying? They're like, oh, maybe my dad should have said I love you. You know, like. No, I think my type of guy, though, is like anxious guy. Like, I like a man who's a little afraid. Because that means he knows what it feels like to be a woman. No. It's scary on these streets. That's why I started taking MMA. I did. I have to say, ladies, take MMA. It's awesome. You get to hit men and be like, you're my dad! And they hit you back, so it's very realistic. You should try it. Keep your guard up, okay? Be ready for the family reunion. You guys pumped about the election? I know. Speaking of wanting to punch someone in the face, I mean, no, I'm bummed. I voted for Biden in 2020. I even phone banked for him, and I was telling my friend recently, I was like, I don't even know, like, why I voted for him. And she was like, well, he wasn't Trump, you know? I was like, oh yeah, you know when you go through like a breakup and you hook up with like the next random guy, and he's not even cute, he's just not Kevin? But I have to say, after like 4 years of having Biden at the helm of the country, I'm kind of having like election post-nut clarity. I feel like we're laying in bed and Biden's looking at me like, hey lady, you want to vote again? And I'm like, oh, actually the Uber's about to be here. Yeah, some of you guys are getting tight because you're like, oh, it sounds like you don't want to vote for Biden, and you are right. I don't. I didn't say I won't, but I don't want to. I don't know, fucking, dude, the economy, people are like, no, the economy's doing, like, no, it's bad. I saw a trend on TikTok. People are naming their kids, like, expensive stuff they'll never be able to afford. Like, I saw a woman with a son named Bentley. I was like, his name should be Kia, you know? I saw a little girl named Chanel. Like, she should be TJ Maxx, you know? But that's why I'm gonna name my kid Going to the Dentist. I can't afford it. I don't know, like I'm a millennial and we're the first generation to be worse off financially than the previous generation. And so I was like talking to my mom, and I can't relate to her because she's a baby boomer, but I can relate to my grandma. She's like, yeah, strawberries are expensive. That is a special treat. Yeah, it is hard to get medicine. Maybe you should just do cocaine. People are living in shanty towns. We're on the brink of war, and the president can't really walk normal, so. It does feel like the 1930s. Dude, I saw there's a new dating app called Score. It's to like match people based on their credit scores. I know.
What?
I mentioned it at a show and someone was like, they don't have it for Android, and I was like, no shit, dude, they were. Like, Galaxy, no. But like, how bad is like that? Can't be good. It's like what, 2 people people with credit scores in the 800s just like, oh, do you want to like have responsible missionary sex? Like, do you want to make more responsible choices? Like, that's not good. You got to get that score down into like the 400s or 500s to know how to like lay it down, you know? You got to get into debt to get it wet, you know what I'm saying? All right, that's my time, guys.